vote. Okay? I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. You can figure that out. But vote. Take your family. Get them registered if they're not registered. If your grandmother hadn't voted, take her down there and register her. Just don't go to the graveyard and start registering those folks. Don't do that. But vote. You gotta vote. This is the key. And vote for candidates that stand for biblical principles. Some may ask, Franklin, what would your father have done? I hear that sometimes. I believe if he were my age, he'd be standing here right now doing exactly the same thing. Because here's something he said in 1952. He said, I think it's the duty of every individual Christian at election time to study the issues, the candidates, and then go to the polls and vote. Yeah. He said, if I were a pastor, listen up, church, listen up. He said, if I were a pastor of a church, I believe I would explain to my people where each candidate stood morally, spiritually, and in relationship to the church. He said, I feel that we're going to have to meet our political obligations as Christians and make our voice known if America is to be preserved with the type of Christian heritage that has given us the liberties and freedoms that we now enjoy. For unless America turns back to God, repents of its sin, and experiences a spiritual revival, we will fail as a nation. I believe God honors those in high places who honor Him. We need men and women today in high places who will honor God. America is being stripped of its biblical heritage and its God-inspired foundations. Growing up, my generation, we were afraid of the commies. You remember the commies? The commies were coming. We built up our Army, Air Force, Navy to take on that threat. And finally the Berlin Wall came down. Remember that? Yeah. And we all sighed a sigh of relief. We won that one. We won the Cold War. And as we were relaxing and as communism was fading off into the horizon, secularism came. And secularism came into Washington. It just didn't come in overnight. It came in one candidate here, another candidate here, and the secularists, the atheists began to work quietly in getting their people into place. And today, secularism has taken over Washington, taken over your capital. It's gone from the capitals to the cities. It's taken our schools. Now, there is no difference between communism and secularism. No difference. They're both godless. And the secularists use terms like progressives. We're a progressive. Oh, sounds nice. Well, I'm a progressive. That sounds good, right? All it means is just a code word that I'm an atheist. That's what it means. And I'm telling you, our country is in trouble because we have allowed godless people to come into our country and into our government.